Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Game 2, set number 1 between Stellar from Meniski, that's the amazing clan from Philippines, against Red Archon from Thailand. I believe his clan is by BenQ, great sponsor of all the esports there, definitely in Thailand. And we're going to be here on Cloud Kingdom. I cannot wait to bring you this game. Last game we saw this great basically defense of Marine tank, and I mean Stellar just held it off really well, got a very early third base, got those 6 gases, went straight to Brood Lords after using Mutas to just poke at the Terran, make sure he didn't go out the base too much, and then after that it was just lights out for Red Archon. Red Archon was able to beat Stellar in the first 2 matches because Stellar was going Ultras, and then once he saw the Ultras come out, he swapped over the Marauders and it was not an issue, especially with how deep his tank line was. But Stellar changing it up, going air, going with the trusty Brood Lords with Infestor backup, and it seems in game 1, Red Archon does not have an answer for it right now. We do see Stellar just once again checking for cheese. You cannot be too careful on these maps. A great spot for proxy hatches, proxy barracks is over here. Another great spot would be over here, just hiding over here in the corner. This Overlord's going to check it out. This Overlord already checked out this spot, and yeah, I mean Stellar just being very careful before he drops his hatch. But I mean Archon is a very macro player. I don't foresee we're going to get any shenanigans out of him, even dropping the command center. Oh, I was just about to say, Stellar might be in one of the very rare situations that a Zerg actually gets to, expansion block. Very rarely does the Zerg get to do that. But yeah, I mean, so far going to be what looks to be like another very macro game. Stellar just doing the 15 hatch, 15 pool, not even 15 pool, 16 pool. I'm sorry, like really greedy. Like, and he has all the right to be. Look how delayed this barracks is because of that. And Stellar even being a little greedy with his drones, trying to peck away at that SCV. He's going to need at least 5 more hits to take it down, but this SCV is not going to let him go. And we're just going to proceed into the macro game. Once again, no changes there from Red Archon. Going to get that early gas so he can once again get that early tech lab. Try to see he can get that very early stim. Try to do a stim marine tank push like the last game. Didn't quite work out for him last game though, because he moved out with only half his forces, and a quick round of Lings by Stellar was able to basically decimate both halves of the army, just picking them off individually. Red Archon's going to be pretty happy to come in here and see absolutely no gas. That means he's going to be under 0 pressure from the start. I mean, it's absolute suicide to push in against a Terran, especially with bunkers and Marines. Especially Marines in the base, because they can kite behind these mineral patches if you don't have stim. Red Archon doing his traditional extremely defensive play. He's going to completely wall this off with supply depots. Probably going to put a bunker either in the wall itself or just slightly behind it so he's not going to get baneling busted. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything. It's very rare that a Zerg would baneling bust your front as a Terran. I believe we're way past that point, because you got to remember banelings cost 25 gas, same as a Roach, and banelings are expendable. Once you blow up a supply depot, you don't have that unit anymore. And once you figure out basically not to die from the baneling bust, it becomes very easy to hold off, and if you hold it off, you're way ahead. So I mean, I don't foresee that kind of shenanigans coming out of Stellar. He is getting the double gas right now, slightly earlier than normal. Usually you would gas up at 6 minutes, but you know, he's gassing up a little bit earlier just to get the metabolic boots. There we go, the jacuzzi is jiggling away, and this tells me that most likely he's going to want to once again go for a very quick lair. I would not be surprised that next 100 gas to be dumped into the lair instantly. The 3rd and 4th gas is going to be taken. And yeah, I mean Stellar right now is just playing very safe, getting that emergency Roach Warren just in case he needs to deal with Hellions. Preferably never ever building that building Roaches. But yeah, if he sees Hellions, he can put a single Sprang Crawler over here. He'll be able to cover his mineral line and also put a single Queen here and wall off his natural. And speaking of Hellions, seems that Red Archon has the exact thing on his mind. Factories already done with reactors, more and more Hellions out on the field, the Overlord sees everything. So he's Stella's got to be nice and ready for that. These two initial Hellions able to pick up 1 kill. Yep, the initial Ling is there. So I mean, Stella's gotta be ready for this. Holy crap! I just noticed 12 roaches on the way with a Baneling's Nest. Stella's Red Archon's not gonna be happy to see this. He does not have any Marauders. These barracks have has reactors, and instantly the starport is going to go. Is he putting a starport? I saw the starport outline over there. Maybe he knows that Banshees are not going to be there in time. Maybe he wants to swap. Maybe he wants to swap over a barrack such that he can. No, he's not going to swap over the barracks for the Marauders. Instead, he's just going to go straight for Banshees. I don't know if it's going to be too little, too late, because I mean the roaches are on the way. One Marine instantly gets turned into an acid cloud, and here we go, we're in a big amount of trouble. Roaches on the doorstep. Marines not very good against roaches, especially with their base +1 armor. Roaches able to instantly one-shot many of these Marines. I mean, doing great damage there against. He's going to want to bust open that door. Stella with Banelings on the way. And lots of Lings. These Lings have speed. These roaches able to tear down the front door. Stella needs actually to wait for his Banelings. Needs to make sure these roaches get pulled back. There we go. But the Banelings, I mean, these Banelings are going to bring a world of hurt to Red Archon. This is going to be so much damage. There's so many Banelings there. Even the Banelings ignoring the Marines in the bunker, going straight for the juggler right now. Look at all those SCVs. 2 full control groups of SCVs. Oh my god, what a huge hit. Right there, 23 workers down, 24, and I mean, the roaches even pinning down the tank even before it comes out. Siege Tech just seconds too late, and Red Archon is going to be able to hold off this assault, but to what cost? It doesn't matter, because the damage has already been done. 32 workers killed. Red Archon was able to go in there and roast up a couple drones with a diversion tactic, trying to draw Stella's attention away. That's why the 7 workers were picked off. But I mean, this is a huge disadvantage right from the get-go. 24 SCVs versus 47 drones, and I just don't see how Red Archon's going to be able to recover from that. Third base out, third and fourth gas already taken. They're on the way. I would see Stella being so far ahead to completely skipping mutas and just get that infestation pit and just go for the kill, because when he pushes out, the most Red Archon has on this kind of economy is only going to be a handful of Marines and maybe about 4 or 5 siege tanks by the time that infested timing is going to hit. And infestors, a couple, if they're burrowed, they throw a few beach balls up front. You know, the tanks are going to splash their own Marines, and then the Lings are going to come in, and then that's it. I just don't see what Red Archon can do right now. Red Archon is just gonna come over here and get rid of that pesky spy overlord. I guess he's trying to do something about it. He knows he needs to make something happen. Instantly, the response by Stella is to ward off this threat. But these Marines have stim. The roaches are gonna go in the front to tank. Great fire support there. And I mean, look how much this medevac is healing. Completely bone dry. Red Archon trying to desperately spend all his money, but I mean, he's at capacity. Like, he makes 2 medevacs and a tank, and he's broke. He can't make anything else out of his production facilities just because he's just so behind on workers. 39 SCVs against 63. Basically a fully saturated 3 base Zerg against a 1.5 saturated Terran base. Right now, 1-1 is almost done for these Lings, making them so effective. These Marines still do not have their upgrades. Red Archon just cannot afford those upgrades. And these 0-0 Marines are just not going to fare very well against these 1-1 Lings. These Lings are looking for that vector. They're staying very close to home. They want to pick off any kind of drops. And look at that nice... oh, actually, not really wanting to engage right there. I wouldn't... That's what he's waiting for. He's waiting for the infestors. The infestors are almost on the way. Stella doing a phenomenal job about buying a little bit of time, able to pick off the reinforcements. Great pick off there. The Queen even going into the fray. Oh, over stimming a little bit there with this medvac just does not have enough energy. And these roaches are, these Lings are doing a great job, but what Stellar is doing is just doing time. In 2 seconds, Infestors are going to pop out. They have Pathogen Glands, they have that Fungal Growth, and all I can say is one Fungal, man. These Marines are so low, only 25 health, and they're toast, man. Once the Marines are toast, those tanks are going down. Here we go. Stellar's just looking for that angle. Looking for that right angle, and as soon as he sees the enemy, right now they just don't see each other. Yeah, it's the great divide. But once Stellar knows his opponent's still there, he instantly swings into action. The beach balls go down. Great Fungal Groves there on the Marines, and these tanks lights out. Marines don't stand a single chance, and even the Infested Terrans able to pick off the medvacs. And really, what can Red Archon do? 90 food against 35. Even his reinforcements being picked off. And I gotta say, 1-1 Lings. I mean, if the Zerg gets an advantage in terms of upgrades, their Lings are just incredibly strong. It works the other way though. If your Lings are unupgraded and their Marines are like 2-2 and your like Lings are 1-1, then they instantly get vaporized. It's a very, very delicate balance. It shows the importance of upgrades. Red Archon though, in the middle of the entire attack, has bought himself enough time to secure his third. He's concerned about mutas, so he and borrow infestors, so he's going to drop down the single missile turret. He's got a nice defensive tank, but I just don't know if it's a little bit too late. Hive is on the way, Spire's on the way. Once that Hive is done, you're going to be able to see the crackling upgrade for these Lings, making them even more potent. Couple beach balls being thrown down. Infested Terror's going to be on the way. Their main job is to kill Medivacs, and look at this massive surround there. Even Fungal Groving the SCVs, and these SCVs are going to have to turn around. Lings in the mineral line, chomping down all the SCVs, and Red Archon knows he has to throw in the towel, and that's GG. What a quick game 2 between Red Archon and Stellar. That means Stellar moves on to the final best of 3. He did drop 1 set against Red Archon. He picked up a set now. We're going to go into the final best of 3, where the winner gets to go to China to represent Southeast Asia. Alright guys, my name is Phoenix. I'll see you guys in the next game.